New method of valuation of shares, price to earning ratio method. Price to earning ratio method shows that market price of equity shares is how many times its earning. So if it is given price to earning ratio is 5 times, it means the market price of equity share, value of equity shares is 5 times its earning. Now which earning? Earning per share, EPS. So first we need to find the earning per share, total earnings of the company divided by number of shares. And whatever is the earning per share of the company multiplied by price to earning ratio is the value of shares. Very simple and short method. And MCQ guaranteed because it's short. So MCQ is guaranteed for this. Okay, what does the price to earning ratio show? Market price is how many times the earnings of the company. That is what it shows. So whatever is the earning per share of the company, that will be multiplied with PE ratio. In short, what is the value of shares by this formula? And value of shares is equal to earning per share. Take value. Earning per share multiplied by price to earning ratio. Okay, earning per share means EPS. Where, how do you find the earning per share EPS? Now earning per share means which earnings? Earnings which are available for equity shareholders, because we are finding earning per which share? Equity share. So which are the earnings available for equity shareholders? Profit after tax minus preference dividend. Which profits or earnings will be available for equity shareholders? First we have to get preference dividend. Preference dividend is to be given before equity dividend. So from the profit after tax, if you get preference dividend, whatever amount remains is for whom? Equity shareholders. Means from profit after tax, after subtracting preference dividend, whatever earnings are remaining, they are available for equity shareholders, divided by number of equity shares. This will give us earning per share. Is everyone clear with this? And PE ratio, if directly given, well and fine. Maximum examples it will be directly given. But in case if price to earning ratio is not given, we will do 100 divided by normal rate of return. For example, if normal rate of return is say 8%, then do 100 divided by 8. 12.5. It means the price to earning ratio is 12.5 times. So if in case price to earning ratio is not given, we will take it as 100 divided by normal rate of these formulas. So let us take up with the remaining number of questions. What happened? Question number 7 and 8 are only remaining. 8 I am doing on the board, 7 you will try on your own. Okay, 8th question I am doing on the board and 7 you will try on your own. See that? Question number 8. The financial structure of a limited company is as follows. 12% preference share capital of 100 each, 10 lakhs. What will we get from this which is relevant for our solution? Preference dividend. 10 lakhs into 12%, 1,20,000. Any doubts on this? Okay, preference dividend will get 1,20,000. Equity shares of 10 each, 16 lakhs. What will you get from this? Number of equity shares. That will be 16 lakhs divided by 10, 1,60,000. Reserves and surplus of no relevance. 10% debentures, 6 lakhs, 10%. Term loan from bank, 7 lakh. Current liabilities and provision, 3 lakhs. Average annual profits are like before interest and tax. First we have to find this profit after tax. How will we get profit after tax? You are given the profit before interest and tax. Minus interest. That interest will be debentures and term loan. What will be debentures interest? 6 lakhs into 10%, 60,000. And what will be that term loans interest? 7 lakhs into 10%, 70,000. That we will minus, will get profits
Before tax.
before tax. Minus tax. See, the rate of income tax is 40%. So you get profit after tax. Ascertain the value of equity share assuming the applicable price earning ratio is 9. Price earning ratio is directly given as 9. We don't have to find it. Is everyone clear with this? Let us solve it. Page number 62. First we find profit after tax. We are given with profit before interest and tax. 8 lakhs. First we will minus interest. Now interest on debentures. Interest on debentures is 6 lakhs into 10%. What is discussion going on? 60,000 and term loan, interest on term loan 7 lakhs into 10%, 70,000. 8 lakhs minus 60 minus 70, 130, so 6 lakh 30, 6 lakh 70,000. That is profit before tax. Then you will minus tax, which is at the rate of 40%. So 6 lakh 70,000 into 40%, 2 lakh 68,000. 4 lakh 2,000 is profit after tax. Any confusion in this? Okay, now we can find EPS. And after EPS, P ratio is directly converted to my value of shares. So let down EPS is equal to, that is earning per share, is equal to profit after tax minus preference dividend divided by number of equity shares. Profit after tax 4 lakh 2,000 minus preference dividend, we discussed it is going to be how much? 1 lakh 20,000. Raise your hand who did not understand preference dividend of 1 lakh 20,000. And divided by number of equity shares are 1 lakh 60,000. 16 lakhs divided by 10, that is 1 lakh 60,000. 4 lakh 2 minus 120 is 282. Divided by 1 lakh 60,000. 1.76. Okay, earning per share is 1.76 rupees. Any doubts on this? Now, P ratio is directly given, so straight away we apply the formula of value of share is equal to earning per share into PE ratio, price to earning ratio. What is earning per share? 1.76. And what is price to earning ratio? 9 times. Rupees 15.8. This is the value of shares. Very, very short and simple. Is everyone clear with this?
Yes, sir.
So I'll discuss question number 7 and all of you will do it on your own. Be ready. Question number 7. A limited company has a paid up equity capital of rupees 8 lakhs. Face value rupees 10, paid up rupees 8 per share. So what would be the number of equity shares?
1 lakh.
How do you get that? Would 8 lakhs be divided by 10 or by 8? With 8 only. Paid up is 8, share capital is it paid up capital or total capital?
Paid up.
So it has to be divided by paid up value only, and as such share capital will be divided by paid up value only. That will only come in the balance sheet. So 8 lakhs divided by 8. What would be the number of equity shares? 1 lakh. Adjusted average profit after tax 12 lakh 50,000. So you don't have to make this workings. directly PAT is given. The normal rate of return expected by investors is 12%. So P ratio will have to find. How will you get P ratio? 100 upon 12. 100 divided by 8.33. Price to earning ratio is 8.33 times. Then ascertain the value of equity shares based on price earnings ratio. Do you have preference share capital in the capital structure of the company?
No.
No preference share capital means here no preference dividend. So directly what formula you will apply? Profit after tax upon number of equity shares. Solve it then I should on the board. Okay, I am doing it on the board. First of all, earning per share. Directly we will apply the formula. Earning per share is equal to profit after tax minus preference dividend is not there. So straight away we will divide it by number of equity shares. Okay, profit after tax is 12,50,000 divided by number of equity shares is 1 lakh. 8 lakhs divided by 8. So rupees 12.5. PE ratio is not given, so we'll find PE ratio as 100 divided by normal rate of return. So we will be doing 100 divided by 12, that is 8.33 times. Then we'll apply the formula. Value of share is equal to EPS into P ratio. EPS is 12.5 to P ratio is 8.33 times. 104.12513. Did you understand this, everyone? So in MCQ it can be very well asked. The syllabus of accounts is also okay, but we practice from exams question and discuss a little bit time on the road. Okay, so which was the last question I gave the homework in the last lecture? 19A. Okay. Two questions I discussed and you'll solve them on your own in the class right now, then I discuss the answers. Okay. Question 21A and 22A. Be written. 21A. Madhav Limited has a paid up equity capital of rupees 20 lakhs, face value 10, paid up value 8 per share. How will we get the number of equity shares? 20 lakhs divided by 8. 2,50,000. Average adjusted profit after tax is 65 lakhs. Normal rate of return expected by investors is 15%. You don't have again preference dividend. So EPS, profit after tax upon number of equity shares, P ratio 100 upon normal rate of return, and then apply the formula. For 3 marks it has been asked. Question 22A. On 31/3/15 the balance sheet of Brajvasi Limited provides the following position. See the last sentence first. Compute the value of shares by A. Net asset method. B. Yield method based on dividend. We practiced it yesterday evening.
Yes, sir.
And C. Fair value method. I am discussing it. Liability side equity shares. No. General reserve. Yes or no? No. Profit and loss. No. 6% debentures. Tick. Creditors. Tick. Bills payable. Tick. Goodwill. Tick. Plant and machinery. Take building, take trade inventories, take trade receivables, take. The net profit of 3 years were 2012 to 13, 1,600, 13 to 14, 1,12,000, 14 to 15, 91,660. This will help us in yield method. First we'll find average of these 3 years. Then out of which 20% was placed under reserve. You'll minus 20% for reserve. Then preference is not there. So whatever amount remains would be the profits available for equity shareholders. The proportion being considered reasonable in the industry in which the company is engaged in where? What is this fair investment return may be taken at 10%? Normal rate of return. On 31st March 2015, plant and machinery and building were independently valued at 2,40,000 and 4,50,000 respectively. So when you find that
Capital.
valuation of shares, capital employed is not needed only. When you find the valuation of shares, net assets, then the value of plant and machinery you consider is 2,40,000, building 4,50,000 and goodwill 90,000. The best thing is rate of depreciation is not needed. Otherwise it would have affected the profits also. We did that in the class, but here it is not given. Compute the value of company's shares by net asset method, yield value based on dividend and fair value. Do it on your own.